Today, June the 16th, and on June the 16th in 1894, Squire Omar Barker was born. On this channel, we know him mostly for his cowboy poetry, but he was also a rancher, he was a politician, he was a teacher, he was a newspaper journalist. He wrote, by his own guesses, 2,000 poems and 1,500 short stories and another 1,200 to 1,500 articles for newspapers. Very prolific writer, known today almost exclusively for his cowboy poetry. And that's what we're going to hear today in honor of his birth 132 years ago. We're going to hear a poem from S Omar Barker called Horses Versus Hosses. Hello, my fellow readers. My name is Greg. This is Ghost Readers in the Sky. Horses Versus Hosses by S. Omar Barker. I heard an old-time cowboy swapping off some drawlin' talk about them nags men used to ride who didn't like to walk. He spoke of them as hosses. So I up and asked him why he didn't call them horses. Well, a gleam come in his eye, and here is what he told me. Be it right or wrong, some salty information that I'd like to pass along. You go out to the racetrack or some modern riding school, and what you'll find them riding there is horses, as a rule. You'll see them wrapped in blankets when they raise a little sweat and bedded in warm stables so they won't get cold or wet. Their saddle is a postage stamp. They're combed and curried slick. Their riders bobble up and down like monkeys on a stick. Them pretty tricks are horses, son. But that there ain't the word we used to call them shaggies that we rode behind the herd. They might not be so purty, but they stayed outdoors at night. They maybe weighed 900 pounds, all guts and dynamite. They took you where you had to go and always brought you back without no fancy rations that you purchased in a sack. They loped all day on nothing but your 2 hands full of grass or a Stetson full of water. They could climb a mountain pass, they swum you through rivers, and they plowed you through the sand, you in your heavy saddle. And they learned to understand which end of the cows the tail was on, till all you had to do was sit up in the saddle while they did the cow work too. Sometimes they sort of dodged your rope. Sometimes they bucked your high. But they was sure the apple of the old-time cowhand's eye. These stable-pampered creatures may be horses, sure enough. But them old cow range hosses, they was born to take it rough, so that's the way they took it. Till they earned a tougher name than these here hand-fed horses, also delicate and tame. So you can have your horses with their highfalutin gloss. I'll take 4-legged rawhide or in other words, a hoss.
Yippee!